Media Family Gamers, the bigger here, back on Honkai Zero's Squad Show. And there was a devil in my don't know me because you guessed it. We are gonna be doing more story, which is getting very interesting, but before that, we're gonna be going for Casual's weapon if we can get it. We're at 65 pity, so we're getting close to that pity range of where we should get it, hopefully. So if you enjoy, hit like and comment, let's get some ass and ring the bell, shall we? Let's get to work. Come on, give me Cass's weapon. I would have to be on Cloud 9. I'm not joking, I would. Oh my gosh. Please, please. No freaking way, I got it. Let's freaking go, my first freaking signature light cone. You know what, just for one? Let's do one for Acheron, just for one. The back-to-back. If I was gonna Acheron, I would actually flip the hell out. That was 6650, by the way. Okay, we're not pushing anymore. Nope, I'm done. I am a done. I'm happy. I got what I want. So that means now I must farm for her weapon. We shall now have a strong castress, which is fantastic, by the way. So we go to her. It's only on some of these, so that's kind of good. The problem is it all shit. This is gonna be amazing. I want to enhance it so bad, but it's like I don't have shit. Alright, yeah, oh my god, I do not have shit. Oh my goodness. But above me, I'm screwed. Yeah. That's gonna take a lot. I'm not even joking, that's gonna take a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna farm up some of the thinking about rubbers. Which is Peachy. But that will be my girl's weapon once I can get it fully ascended, which will kill me. Hang on, I need to take one thing. Give me 1 second, folks. Yeah, 1 second. Alrighty. Fine, folks, I am back. I want to enhance you, but yeah, I'm gonna make, say, 2 of those. Yep. I want at least 2, so that's being fair. How do I lock? Lock. How do I lock? No, I did not just do that, did I? Put that back on you. How do I lock it? I know the way to lock it, I'm being stupid. Ah, there it is. Alright, and then we go over here, we super hoodie that. There we go. I want at least 2. You know, let's be fair, 2 of each. But I can't believe I have Kaz's light cone, man! Let's freaking go! Woo! My Kaz's gonna be hitting like a monster. And I love it! No, and my kids have dead. Why do they have dead?
I, Catholic into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed.
Okay.
Virtuous citizen.
Oh.
Aglaya, what happened here?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
What do you mean?
Good question, what?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites, no longer capable of relating to the people. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
Yes, this is my duty, but
Yeah, not demigod
It is
yet.
far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances. There is no glory in winning this debate,
Interesting.
but that makes having respect for humans so much more
What?
priceless.
Hold on, I'm just telling you one
Conan,
second.
you are a Chrysos heir without flaw, capable of relating deeply with humans.
Fine, but let's double check that one. Now let's see.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
Do not make me do it, please. I am begging. Do not make me do this. Uh-oh. That's gonna do it. The ad's gonna... No. Have mercy.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities, each with their own local faith, while gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans.
Uh-oh.
Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to
Let me just
seek
do one more
refuge
thing we'll
in
pass
the
time,
holy
folks.
city, where they hope to rest under Kephaly's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat, with no way out of this plight.
Alright. So, folks. The guy I mentioned him.
We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice. Now,
I gotta say, that's a lot
in
NPCs in one spot.
Ideal future.
Like, that's crazy.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Good question.
Let the three Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
What? What's he talking about? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death.
Oh, you little...
With the help of these two heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia
Don't make
will
promises you can't
exist
keep,
once
woman.
more.
That's a God's truth.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor of Era Chrysia.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia! Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
Castrus, why did he tell you? Because I'm gonna beat the crap out of him.
Arrived at Naxa.
I will literally beat the crap out of him in a heartbeat.
Cass.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do? Tell me, dear citizens.
Uh-oh.
If we successfully retreat and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
Okay.
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live forever. We'll usher in a new future that will be entirely different from the flame chase journey.
He's one of the 7 sages. That's impossible.
Oh my god, they are.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Good question.
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
Wait for it.
Oh. Could it be that you heard that from the Flame Reaver themselves? Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful.
I want to punch her. I really do.
Titans of Calamity.
Why don't I hit her?
The flame chase journey will have to end.
This is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly
That point towards me, aren't they?
For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
I'm gonna hit him. No, scratch that. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorus brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Era Chrysia will return to our world once again.
Let me hear. Let me hear.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali and Talenton above, as the Theoros I have observed, Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for
I'm not getting this guy. Well,
Aglaya, dear Aglaya, what has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the flame chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
Well then, I guess we'll find out if that's true at the Citizens' Assembly.
yeah, let me at him. Let me at him. I want to hit him. Let me at him. What? Oh. Talk to Castorus to find out why.
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me.
Yes. And you've answered them truthfully, dear. Did he force you? Because if he did, I'm gonna break him. He may have the core flame inside him, but it won't happen unless I rip it out of him.
As much as you can.
In actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
Okay.
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Okay.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man.
Yeah, we know about that part. He said that. Oh, now I'm joining the casters. What the heck? Ah!
Have you heard of this tale before?
That must be your sister.
A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl. Our hometown. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean
dragon!
and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen. Until one day, an evil dragon descended up. It barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter. It even settled itself in her bedroom, like a tyrant king. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen slit open the dragon's belly, she realized that the princess had long since been digested, and all that was left of her was a pile of bones. It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood.
Uh-oh.
That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy. The princess was reborn. The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body.
What?
As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's innocent civilians in a single gulp. Worse still, the souls of the deceased were refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls that would not retreat for a long time. The terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter...
Until?
Actually, I don't know what happened next either.
What? She's in a wheelchair. Whoa, hold on.
You still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Pelixia. So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image. And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Oh, my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
Yep. Wait, they're here?
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid play.
Dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
In that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this
Whoa, it looks like on Kaz's sister, I'm assuming that's her sister. She has bands on her right shoulder. You can kind of see what the crystal is.
You've never
Crystal
heard
effect?
of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Indeed. Before I left home
What
to
the?
pursue my education, I never even knew that
What the
anybody was
hell?
looking into this area of study.
What's up with the eye? What's up with her eye? See that?
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a
I'm gonna say she's
fable
really
told
pretty.
to young children.
A fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange.
Uh-huh. I get it.
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like, honor the dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good one, honestly. Talking about both. Ugh.
What? At a loss for words?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle.
Wait.
If life is priceless,
Could that dragon
then there
be
is
who I
hardly
think?
anything else in this world that is
Like
of
in
equal
Kaz's
weight to
alt?
it, right?
Could that be her sister? Like,
Indeed.
could her sister have turned
As
into a
accepted as the
dragon
wisest scholar
at
in the
one
land.
point, but she's unable to recognize her sister? I wonder.
You flatter me. Why don't I ask you a question as well, as a form of equivalent exchange?
Of course. What is your question?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
What? What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Let's just leave it at that. That was rude of me.
Yes, I would.
Oh?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good.
Your sister.
If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation.
I gotta say, I'm kind of hoping the Titans get to actually have their own playable versions.
And the rest.
Cause like some look really cool. Like you don't have to make them 5 stars. No. You can make them 4 stars. I wouldn't care. Cause these like are cool.
My time is finally here. I am unable to complete the trial.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life.
What?
I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
Well, there's one missing.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Wow.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But these 3 people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphorius' history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself? I have long held 3 hypotheses.
Dude, this story's getting nuts.
However, let's continue watching for now.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
Regarding this matter, Nias, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
Bruh!
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason. You really know how to make things difficult.
Please, young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul-rending ceremony.
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it. Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. A journey I began long ago. If your sister or Kaos were in my position, I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about that.
Of course. This warrior is Lord Nias. As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attain their divinity. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure...
I'm gonna punch him.
Before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Nias.
Bro, this story, man. Oh. Nice. I would love to put her thing on. I really would.
Nikador's courage is a testament that they have...
I've heard that these words are still...
And next time I'm not listening to you, buddy, so shut the hell up. Because honestly, his character is actually getting on my nerves.
Here.
Incredible. The honor in this child's soul is so light.
Like, I'm not even joking, folks. His character is really got on my nerves. I'm like, I want to hit him. Doing this, basically bribing Castro because of buying a way to find
We
the
also
thing.
released it from the stone statue.
I'm like,
Sealed within this statue is undoubtedly...
They use their own body as our city walls,
Huh?
keeping out and protecting us from
Whoa,
the
that sounds like
pervasive
someone with
spread of
Titans.
madness. They are acutely aware.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Honor, courage.
And finally, the only thing that remains is reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Nias.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Okay.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe the truth is that you aren't able to feel sorrow anymore.
I feel bad for her.
To be honest,
I'm hoping there's a way we can say both her and her
but
sister.
I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not even a feeling of despair. I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process.
Okay.
And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how could I not revel in that fact?
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments be reduced to nothing?
Separation and death are two sides of the same coin.
Makes sense.
Reconciling this doesn't come easily for a mortal.
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young lady. The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an empty shell. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barrack. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in the slightest. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss? Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly what life is, and death is. But a scale to measure how valuable the journey
Bro,
was.
the story!
Journeys and epics are only Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate. Instead, willingly and respectfully embrace it.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, you will be able to understand my words. It is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road and humbly await your arrival. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
Wow. Wow.
I knew this day would eventually come.
Oh.
Are the both of you ready?
Oh, there's the other one?
Mm-hmm. Polixia. I'm here.
It is Castris, or is her past self, I'm assuming.
What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
Is this... Polixia's sister? Is it... me? Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid?
Wait, it might just be me, but did that thing on our right side of our face look like almost like a dragon head?
That I won't be able to do it. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends, we must face our fated moment head-on. Even if it was prophesied, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Why are we the only ones who are forced into mutual destruction? Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. But you're different. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
Wait, what?
You're wrong, Polixia. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination in
Okay, I'm gonna have a nice long chat with death.
I discovered that flowers
Or is that
had
time
long since
technically?
bloomed along the path I walked. It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers. One that is more beautiful than the promised land at the end of the world. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll forever.
Yeah, but I understand why her sister,
inside your head.
Pelixia, was telling her not to say about life because, like, she is almost dying. You can see she's in a wheelchair.
Could my memories
She's got,
ever compare
looks
to
like
the
a curse
actual-
mark, kinda.
Well then, tell me, what exactly are we? I don't know. I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others, or even by this world, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is why I will always, always be by your side. We're twins, after all.
But she don't want to lose sister.
All right, my dear Pelixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death.
What?
After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
Bring light bud.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you,
That's why she brought us to the back.
would you use it to resurrect someone?
And she would.
Death is inevitable. If such a mighty power really existed, even now, my answer remains the same. This is why, sister.
She brought back the light by using it.
Prophesize a new world. I shall plant the first bud on your behalf. Go now. Return to the ocean god's treasured pearl. Our hometown. I shall open wide the entrance to the nether realm and grant you a second life. The living beings on this earth shall respond to my call and lead you to the sacred
Wow, she brought us to the back.
Remember, do not look
Oh
back
my
and
god,
remember
this is gonna make me cry, man.
Do not
Wow.
stop moving. In the new world promised by the prophecy, march toward your new life. Ask for the price of our equivalent.
She gave up her own life.
Let me.
Because she didn't have much time left anyway. Wow.
Everybody, we've come to.
Alexa, I have 2 words.
Unfortunately,
Shut
I
up.
am not compatible
And I'm gonna
with
hit
the
'em.
Supreme Being, so I was unable to completely fuse their soul into my own body. However, being able, I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes roamed the land. These heroes followed a prophecy and took possession of divine authorities one by one, until they eventually became the pantheon of the new world, just like the flame chase journey of today. And for
What a startling revelation. This means that the demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the
But it'll
new
be
Titans of
infinite
the world's
loop, and that's
end.
why the world is an infinity logo.
A new world?
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the prophecy.
This is utterly unbelievable. Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are Thanatos, their whereabouts are still unknown even today.
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Pelixia mention that seaside town? The birthplace of alchemy and the tale of the dragon. In our world,
there exists a city which perfectly matches that description. Styxia.
But the people there worship Fagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I have also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia, it had long turned into underwater ruins.
Take this.
This is...
the new Sporist masterpiece. The Philosopher's Stone.
No, 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 Philosopher's Stone. No, 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 no. That's bad.
With their flesh and blood. Remember? I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion.
The Philosopher's Stone? Really, bro? Come on, game. You took that life from Harry Potter. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. What else up to?
Regardless of how unbelievable, think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing
you... still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that my experiment was a failure. However, my line of thinking will not fail, because I have actions speak louder than words, Casterist.
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. While we converse, his life is also slowly slipping away. But before I leave, I have another question. What exactly did we witness just now?
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step.
I understand.
I'm still gonna hit him.
Hey, child of humanity.
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed to me. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions.
I merely wanted to ask, was that stone transmuted from your heart? If so, rebirth is no longer an option for you.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, now I'm merely forsaking my body. What's the big deal?
Ay, 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 you moron.
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
True, true.
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all? Furthermore, if your hypothesis is proven correct, does it not just confirm that the myths are true, and thereby invalidate all your theories?
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
So he's trying to create a new world. Oh, God. We've heard this story so many times about things.
A lot to take in at once.
Lady Aglaia, please, let me explain.
Go on.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kindness desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching Citizens' Assembly. Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate death from this world. If they're successful, then the flame chase journey will cease, and Akama can enjoy everlasting peace. But I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk, the danger nevertheless remains.
True.
Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision.
All I know is you sacrifice Castrus, I will end you, suckers.
Negotiations over it.
Because remember, we're gonna get the power of time on our side when your soul back.
Very near.
And one thing we don't have the ability that we can rewrite the whole entire world and
Besides,
fix this shit.
Someone has to make this trip to bring back Mr. Soul.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes and placed us in this difficult situation.
Yeah, let me go have a count for 5 minutes with my baseball bat.
A world without death. Do you desire that too?
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I will do all I can to resist it and protect what I aspire to achieve. Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
I am not going to punish her for that.
I
I've always hoped to hear you.
I am always making.
Cass. I'm glad.
I'm always talking with Casper, thank you very much.
Styxia. I visited that.
Granted,
place
I do
before.
need to actually work on Casper's now so that I can
Now
get her
island
weapon,
surrounded
which
by
was
the river of
awesome.
Soul Torrents. It's not hard to see its former splendor. Go.
Now I must save
I
my
will
uphold
not
again.
stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Castrus and meet the god of death himself.
I'll keep her safe. You know, I promise, ma'am.
Castrus, I too look forward to your journey. I wonder what kinds of new interpretations your completed story will bring to the Flame Chase journey.
Thank you, Lady Aklia.
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but if Styxia is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, then how do we find a way in? Lady Treby is probably...
The answer is quite simple. In the Mids, Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter and leave the Nether Realm as they pleased.
Really?
And if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same.
Then who's the demigod?
I'll see you at Memorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow.
Cypher.
Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
Oh! This is interesting. Oh. Can't move. Hello? Alright, nameless recollection. Here's the book and write it down. I'm not gonna do that right now. If I do that, I'm going to ask for trouble. Well, I think, folks, we got into the episode. So, Dragonia, the Z&D family show. Big right down on that, folks, was insane. Holy crap. I'm like, bro, this story just getting bonkers. Hey, hello, I didn't know I had a hole over here. Hold it! But, learning about Cass just now, that she may have been that one in the past, but her sister revived her somehow from the alchemy, which is like, what? It's bonkers. I'm gonna say right now, folks. So, anyways, if you enjoy, hit like, and comment. Thank y'all for watching. Hope to see no one of Honkai Star Rail. With that time, we're going to the City of the Dead, apparently. So, I'll see you then. Later!